Hi, welcome to day 3. We're halfway there. So today we're going to start in child pose. So come onto your mat, open the knees, mat width distance apart, sitting back onto where the toes, onto the heels, and then just begin to walk the fingertips out. If the forehead doesn't rest comfortably on the mat, go ahead and take a pillow underneath the forehead. But drawing the hands forward, sit back into the heels. Press the chest in toward the mat and breathe. So just begin to notice the body where you may have a bit of tightness. You're probably feeling a nice stretch through the hips here. A beautiful length in the lower back and the spine. So walk the fingertips a little bit further out. Feeling a nice stretch along the both side bodies as well. And then continue breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Noticing how on the inhalation, the expansion through the ribs. And just allow the breath to move about the body. Beautiful. So take one more nice deep inhalation through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. And now we're going to peel ourselves up off the ground. So begin to walk the hands back as we put the chest up. And then we'll come onto all fours, so coming into our tabletop. And fingers spread nice and wide. Take those knees right underneath the hips there. Go through a couple of cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly down, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back, tailbone is up. And then exhale, scoop the tailbone, draw the navel into the spine, press the ground away. And doing this at your own pace, go ahead and just do a few more of your cat-cows here, stretching through the spine, breathing. Beautiful. So now let's meet back in neutral table. So extend the toes back. We're going to come into a plank pose. So extending the legs back, heels reaching toward the back of the room, and then we're going to slowly come all the way down. So if you need to drop the knees first, go ahead. If not, slowly lowering all the way down. Keep the elbows tucked into the side body, and then release the toes. We'll untuck the toes. We're going to keep the hands just underneath the shoulders, and we're going to come up into a Cobra Pose. So draw the legs together, chin on the mat, and then inhale as you lift the chest up. Elbows stay tucked in. Breathe. Relax through the shoulders. Lifting up. Breathing. Beautiful. Coming down. Extend your right hand out. And then we're going to roll over onto the side body. So the right ear to the ground, the right hand is out, and then rolling over as you stack the legs. And then the top leg, take the sole of the foot just behind you on the ground. So from here, we're going to take the left palm on the ground and just press the ground so that you're opening through the chest here. Doing a nice stretch through the upper back, stretching through the shoulders, breathing. If you'd like, you can extend the arm up and reach back for the other hand. If you'd like to find more of an opening, but if not, just pressing through that palm that's down on the ground to open the chest is plenty. And then we're going to release, drawing back onto the belly. Bring both palms underneath the shoulders again for another Cobra Pose. So draw those feet back together, legs back together. Nice strong Cobra tail. Tuck the elbows in. And on your next inhale, begin to lift the chest up. Shoulders draw down. Eye gaze is slightly up. Breathing. Lift the heart. Lift the chest. Breathing 3, 2, and 1. So release all the way down. Extend the left arm out this time. Left ear to the mat. Rolling on to the side body. Legs are stacked. So my right hand is pressing down in front. Bend the top knee, top leg, the sole of the foot goes on the ground behind you. And then using the palm to open the chest up, breathe. So again, staying here, pressing on the ground to open the chest. Or if you find that you could use more of an opening, depending on how, kind of how open the shoulders are. You may be able to reach behind you and find the hand. Breathing. Beautiful. So releasing, rolling back onto the belly. And then we're going to lift it back up into table and find ourselves back in tabletop. And then from here, we're going to go through another shoulder opener. So I want you to extend the left arm up. So breathing in here. And then exhale as you thread it through. So exhale, reach it to the opposite into the rim. And then again, inhale it up. And then exhale, thread it through. So you can continue with that movement, or if it's available and you can come all the way down onto the left ear, you can bring it down. If this isn't available, just keep inhaling the arm, threading it through and extending it up. If you are on the ground, the left ear stays on the ground as we're pressing the ground away from us with the palm. And breathe. Beautiful. So lifting back up into your table, we're going to take that on the other side. So inhale, right arm up, inhaling, and then exhale, thread it through and really reach over. Reach all the way over. Again, inhale it up. And then exhale, stretch it, reaching it over. And then you can come down onto the right ear or continue threading it through and breathe. So pressing down the left palm to open the chest. Breathing here for 3. Nice deep inhale for 2. And 1. So press the ground away as you lift yourself back up into table. Take those arms, the hands, just out beyond the shoulders. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up, and then press back. So from here, we're going to pedal through the legs. We're just bending one knee at a time. And then let's take both knees and really bend both knees and press the chest down toward the knees. Relax through the head. Beautiful. Now, taking both heels and pressing them down toward the earth. Pressing the chest toward the thighs. And now release knees back onto the ground tabletop. So from here, we're going to keep our hands where they are, just beyond the shoulders, and we're going to sink into an upward facing dog. So you can untuck your toes, lift up through the arms, chest is nice and wide, collarbones are wide. And then from here, we're going to shift back into child pose. So sitting back into the heels, forehead onto the mat. So again, lifting up and all the way through, lower the hips down to a modified upward facing dog. Breathing here. And then release the hips back, coming onto or into child pose. Forehead down onto your mat. So we're going to do 2 more of those. And if you want to do a little bit more of a challenge there, you can come up into your downward facing dog. So first we're going to sink the hips down into your upward facing dog. And if you can lift the thighs up off the ground. And then from here, you're going to either go into your child pose, or you can tuck the toes and lift up. If you're drawing up, draw the navel up into the spine and lift up into your downward facing dog. Or you're sitting back into your child pose. And breathe. If you're in downward facing dog, press the heels actively down, even if they're not touching, and press the chest toward the thighs and breathe. So from here, we're going to go back into upward facing dog. So wherever you are, transitioning, if you're in your upward or downward facing dog, you transition into plank pose. And then shift the hips down, untuck the toes for upward facing dog. Again, if it's available, you can engage those thighs, lift them up off the ground. So last one, either child pose or downward facing dog. And breathe. We'll breathe here for 5. Breathing for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. So if you're in your child pose, go ahead and pop up into a downward facing dog. Meet us in downward facing dog. We're going to lift our right leg up into the sky. You might feel a couple of pops. You can roll the ankle. And then from here, we're going to bend the knee. So you're bending the knee, really open up that hip. You're trying to stack the hips here, a nice stretch. Trying to keep the pressure through both hands even. Breathing, but lifting that knee up, drawing the foot toward the glutes. Beautiful stretch here. Now extend the leg up and then back down. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up, roll the ankle, bend the knee. Lifting that knee up. Try to stack the hips, breathing, keeping the weight evenly distributed through the hands. Draw the foot down toward the glutes, I should say. And now extend the foot up and down. Now from here, we're going to walk the hands back and find yourself in your forward fold. Let's adjust your feet. So you want your feet nice and parallel. They can be about 6 inches apart, but toes are facing forward. Slightly bend the knees, draw the chest toward the thighs, relax through the crown of the head, and grab opposite elbows with the hands and breathe. So press down evenly through the feet. I just noticed myself, I was rolling out to the outer edges. So press down through the big toe mound and down through the heels, breathing. Take your hands to your hips, and as you press down, rolling up. The head comes up last. Beautiful. So we can walk to the front of the mat. We're going to do a couple of swan dive forwards and swan diving back up. So feet together or slightly apart. Feel rooted down through the soles of the feet. Lift up through the thighs. Strong core here. Hands down by the sides. Close the eyes just for a moment. Feeling nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed down. And now we're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, swan dive forward. All the way down. Bend the knees if you need to. Relax the head down. And now we're going to reverse swan dive back up. So noticing the core here, stretching it back. It's a nice strong core, bringing the hands down to heart center. So again, let's inhale the arms up, strong core here. As we exhale, swan dive forwards, a nice, slow, controlled exhaling as you go down. And then on the way up, we inhale. So inhale, strong core, arms all the way up, reach it back, and exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna do 2 more, but we're gonna change the arms. So we're gonna bring the arms straight up. Inhale the arms up, keeping the arms by the ears, and then exhale, nice flat back. Bend the knees slightly, all the way down, nice and slow. Relax the head down. And then inhale, see if you can keep the arms by the ears, strong core here. Inhaling it all the way back up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands down. We'll do 1 more. So inhaling, arms up. Arms by the ears, and then we exhale to come forward. Nice and slow, strong core, exhaling all the way down. And then inhale, arms by the ears as we come all the way back up. Slight back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. So let's step it open into warrior 2. So take a big step out to the right. The back foot is going to be facing the side of the room. Front toes facing the front. Inhale the arms out, shoulder distance, and then bend the front knee. You might hear a bit of popping again. So go ahead and kind of just nice and slow, work your way into it. Stretching those hips. You probably need to wiggle the toes forward a bit so that the knee doesn't go beyond the ankle. But looking down at that front knee, you want to be able to see the front toe. So make sure the knee is extending out. So breathing here, we'll hold. So strong core, tailbone slightly tucked in, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So extend the front leg. We're going to take that on the other side. So if you can keep your arms up. So the left toes come in, the right toes go out. And then again, bending into that front knee. And go ahead and kind of take a couple of going up and down. Get to those hips. Scoot those toes out as much as you need to. Feeling it in my arms. So the final eye gaze is over the front fingers, front knee rotating out. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So extend the front leg. Bring the hands to the hips. Let's bring both toes to the side. Forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, coming forward. Nice and slow. And from here, you can bring the hands onto the ground. And slightly pigeon toe the toes so the heels flare out, toes tucked in. If it's available, you can begin to walk the hands back. Breathing. Beautiful. So bringing the hands to the hips. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly come up. Beautiful. So shift the left toes back to the front and step up to the front of the mat. And we're going to do a little sun salutation and make our way back down onto the mat. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, Step it all the way back into a high plank pose. And then from here, we're going to lower the knees and sit back onto the heels. Beautiful. So let's tuck these toes under. Tuck the toes, face this way. And we're going to inhale the arms up for eagle arms. So inhale, arms up. And then exhale, the left arm under, the right arm on top. And then continue twisting. See if you can get the palms back together, or maybe it's just the back of the hands. So wherever you find the palms meeting, begin to draw the elbows down and breathe. But being aware of the core, being a strong core, breathing. And now inhale, release, arms all the way back up. And then exhale, right arm under, so the left one's on top. And then continue twisting. Draw the elbows down, breathe. Strong core, release, inhale, arms up. And then exhale, arms down. Let's take our feet out to the side, coming into a comfortable seat. We'll end our practice with a nice little twist. So sitting in a comfortable seat or half lotus pose. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, left hand over to the right knee, right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, twist. Again, inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, twist. And use the hand on the knee to help you go into a little bit deeper of a twist. Breathe. Let's take the eye gaze over the other shoulder. Stretch the neck here. And then release your twist. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, right hand over to the left knee, the left arm behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Draw the navel in. And on your exhale, begin to twist. Little micro movements here. So the first twist is from the waist. The second twist, more of the upper body. And then when you inhale, lengthen again. And then we twist more, with the cervical spine. Eye gaze toward the back of the room. Using the hand on the knee. Help you twist. Breathe. Take the eye gaze over the other shoulder. And release. Beautiful. Bringing the hands to heart center. Closing the eyes. Thank you for creating a little bit of time for yourself today. Have a beautiful rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Namaste.